Hi everyone. Forgive the James Franco look. Southern California. I went swimming, and but I wanted to do a open the box whatever video on the EV ZLX 12P. I just got these. Super excited about it. I'm a DJ. I do a lot of weddings. Bar karaoke stuff, corporate parties, all that kind of thing. And I did a lot of research. I YouTube a lot, I look up reviews, and I know the QSCs are the thing and you're supposed to have them. I know it's a lot of hype. I know they have a lot of low end that actually is what people are looking for. I've heard a lot about the ZLXs not having enough. I was looking at the JBLs. They didn't have enough sort of bass, but really, for what I'm looking for, I do weddings in the 200 people range. And so a lot of the banquets that I do, a lot of the country clubs that I do, this is enough. It really is. I went to Sam Ash, I have a buddy who works there, and he told me about I didn't even know about EV. I thought it was a cheap brand. It looked like a cheap brand. But I mean, when I looked at it, they look like the QSCs. They've got sort of the bevel look to it. As you can see, I already opened one, but I've always wanted to do one of these videos to really help out somebody who, like me, is in that position of wanting something affordable, that sounds right, that looks good. I currently have Mackie SRM something 450. I have 3 of those. They're 12 inch. I am keeping one of them. I'm going to sell the other 2, but I'm keeping one for the sort of low end of it. I'm sure you're more curious in the speaker than me talking, but I just wanted to show you sort of how it came. I was super excited to see these packages, and there's only been sort of one other video that really does a out-of-the-box review. And why would I test the sound out on a YouTube video? You're not going to hear the quality you want to hear. So I just want to just sort of show you what you're going to get and my opinion on it's worth it. I got 2 of these from zzsounds.com. They actually are letting me pay in 4 installments. I didn't know that there's a company that does it. There's no credit check or anything like that. You just give up your card and then they deduct monthly. So that right there just sold me on taking the risk and getting the speakers. So I think this is going to up my game a little bit. It's going to look nicer, and I mean it comes really well. This is thick. I don't know if like you see that, but this is thick. I mean, this packaging is legit. So before knowing anything about the EV Electro Voice, I guess, I looked at everything else, and I mean, if you want to spend $800 on one speaker, go QSC. You know, no fault to you. I'm not a cheap DJ. I can make it's like Michael Jordan could have played just as well in Converse. And I love Converse, so I'm not dogging it. I'm just saying, you know, you're not always the equipment that you bring. You have to know how to adjust your levels. You have to know that the tracks that you're playing are of good quality, that you're not pirating all your music, because that's what makes it sound more like shit. So anyway, so I love the first thing about this is the handle right on top. I mean, even pulling it out of the box makes it so much easier. And it comes with a very nice cable. I mean, that's not cheap. You know, I mean, I have to have 1,000 of these, so I love that it came with it and that it's of good quality. You know, it's zip tied, obviously, so. Anyway, it's like Christmas. Sorry about the angle. I know you can't see all of it. Ooh, okay. So it's not too heavy. I have it upside down because that's how it came out of the package. I mean, my Mackies are way heavier than this. But the fact that it comes with these dual handles on the bottom and the top, I mean, I get the side, you know, and this is how you're gonna, oh, there's not one on that side. But that's how I usually mount. But I think now that I have this, I'll probably mount it this way And I think that's going to save me a little bit of sort of muscle strain when we were trying to figure out the pole placement of everything. One of the big features on why I got this versus any of the other ones is I love that it has two ports, obviously the one out, the LCD screen or LED screen, whatever you call it, obviously your main, and then your individual volume controls, which is amazing, but also the auxiliary in. I do a lot of, so for weddings, I do like a cocktail hour a lot of the time, and I don't need to be DJing a cocktail hour, so I need something that's just gonna let an iPod play. And I have a XLR to headphone jack input, but I think this is just a lot cleaner. All I need is headphone to headphone, which, you know, a lot of us have those cords anyways. I can also really get a lot out of the features in here. If you're doing research, you already know sort of what it comes with, but just to let you know, in case this is your first time looking at the EV ZLX 12P, whatever, that there are modes on here. One is like speech, music, I think sub or like low end, something like that. But so for the ceremony portion, I'll obviously put it on speech, and it has a clearer, so the levels adjust to what it's trying to pick up. And for speech, it's gonna just sound a lot clearer. You're gonna have a little bit more sort of boisterous quality to it, if that's a word. Obviously when it's on music, it's gonna do a little bit of the high, the low. It gives you an option to do adjustments to the levels as well. Like my Mackies, that's just volume up, volume down. I can't really do a lot to it. There's some sort of boost to it a little bit, but this, I can actually control how much I'm getting out of it. So I've seen videos that I think the best thing is to turn up the bass, because these do not pick up the low end intensely. That's not to say there's no low end to them. There's definitely low, and I can get those club hits going, and it works. It works. So don't worry about that so much. One of my Mackies is going to be on the floor for sort of more of a sub-level, but I do that with the Mackies, and those have a great low tone to a bass. But I still do it just in general, so that's up to you on how you like to feel it. But I know that when there's a speaker on the floor and it's creating more bass, that just helps sort of the dance floor like feel like it's energized. But I've seen that the level that you should put this on is like +3 bass, I think, +3 bass, +2 treble, something like that, and that's supposed to be sort of like the optimal to get you there. But I mean, really, it's the look of it. And I mean, this looks like a QSC. You know, I know some companies try to, you know, obviously mimic another one, and it ends up looking like a cheap model, but I mean, this grill, that's solid. This feels solid. I got cases. I've heard that these scratch up pretty easy, so get the cases. You know, search on Amazon for a universal speaker case if you don't want to spend the money, but I think it was like $49 for the actual case that fits this. But again, if you go to zsounds.com, I got all this stuff. I think I had to put down $200, and then I've got 3 more payments of $200. So instead of spending almost $1,000 at once, I get to make payments, and that just saves you a lot of sort of thinking about, you know, can I get this? Should I get this? Like, now you don't even have to worry about it. You can just get it. If you've got $200 a month, you should. If you're thinking about buying something, you really should have at least a little bit of money allotted for your equipment. And zsounds.com, that makes it great. I'm not getting paid by them. I'm only shouting them out because I didn't know that this existed. I didn't know you can make payment plans on this. So, long story long, I am very happy with my purchase. I don't want to spend $800 on one single speaker, whereas I got 2 speakers and 2 cases for, I think, the price of one QSC. And I get it. They're the industry standard, and they're great. And they're great. I'm not gonna demolish it. You know, if you're thinking about the QSCs and you can afford it, go for it. But I don't think I'm going to lose out by having these. I really don't. And if you feel differently, that's your thing. I already bought them, so they're already mine. So I'm not really gonna go into more than that. But I appreciate any feedback that you have on any sort of tricks on these speakers. I just got them, so I'm going to play around with them for a bit, and it's kind of Christmas Day for me, where I'm just going to be playing with my toys. So I'll figure out some stuff. Maybe I'll do an update video. I'm not really sure about that, but maybe. So anyway, have fun DJing. I hope this video sort of helps you on swaying your decision on should you or should you not. I say you should. These speakers are not bad. They come very well packaged. They come with the instruction manuals, cords, all that stuff. And the value, can't beat that. You just can't beat that. So I've got a lot of crap to clean up. They come heavily packaged with all the make and tricks. So enjoy DJing. I'm DJ Orion with Events by Orion. Look me up if you need some sound. All right, talk to you later.